Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Jake,
And I'm Allie.
and welcome to Save the Z.
So today we are going to give you guys a huge update on what's been going on with the Z, and we're also going to be answering some of your guys' questions that you submitted to us through our Instagram. As you guys saw on our last Instagram video, we did run into a little bit of trouble with the Z. We were driving it into the shop and we were pushing it out. That is never a good sign when you are working on a car.
Yeah, we were working with our mechanic friend Brian, and we got the Z in. We got it up on a lift. We were ready to put on some parts that we got, and then he noticed that there was a head gasket leak. Obviously, that's going to lead to us having to rebuild the engine. We're going to have to get a head gasket kit. We're going to have to get a seals kit and pull the motor out, probably pull the transmission as well while we're at it. But that's where the Z is at right now. So when we did that, we went ahead and we took a list of all the rest of the parts that we needed and called it a day.
Our biggest holdup with the Z right now is actually shipping. We have ordered a lot of parts and we are just waiting for a lot of them to come in.
We've actually already got coilovers, brake set, we've got the rears, we got the fronts in the other day. We're waiting on a bushing set, and then obviously now everything else that we had to order for the engine and the transmission as well.
Unfortunately, some of these parts, they come separate. So you'll get one thing and then you can't work on it until you get the other part that comes in with it. And it's just been a huge delay, and we apologize for not being able to make content. But after we found out we need to rebuild the whole engine, we are gonna have a lot more content for you guys than we originally thought we would.
There'll be plenty of that coming soon, believe me.
Oh, very soon. So while we are waiting on parts and while we are waiting to make more content, we thought that we would answer some of your guys' questions that you had submitted to us through our Instagram. So here are some of the most popular questions that we've gotten so far. I would say one of the biggest questions that we got is, are you keeping the body kit, and what kind of body kit is it?
Yes, we are going to keep the body kit on it. It is a old IMSA wide body kit. Back in the day, they actually used to race these cars on a circuit, and these were the kits that they had on there to accommodate for obviously massive tires. But we're keeping the body kit. There's a few people that don't really like it, but we like it, so it's staying.
All right, another huge question that we've been getting is, what color are we gonna paint the car when it's done?
Ooh, that is a good question. So when it comes to the paint color, we're actually kind of undecided. We don't really know what route we want to go yet, so we actually want you guys to help us out, and we're going to let you guys vote on social media. We'll probably be using Instagram to vote. Do you guys want to see like a IMSA replica car? Do you just want to see a cool custom paint job? And then if you want to see that, what kind of colors? So that's something that we're actually going to leave up to you guys.
Here's a good question. When do you think it will be up and running?
That is a good question. Obviously, finding out, like we said, that now we have to rebuild the motor, it's going to take a little bit more time. And then she also mentioned shipping's been kind of a big issue too, waiting on parts and whatnot. So I'm not sure, but you guys will be there for us with the journey. So
One huge question that we keep getting is, will it ever be sold, or how much we are willing to sell this car for?
We've discussed this before, and what we're actually wanting to do is, when we've got it all, finished and complete and everything,
and we're working on a second project car,
we're gonna do a giveaway, and we're gonna give the car to one of you guys.
Another question that's been asked multiple times is background history of the car. What's the car been through? How many owners? Stuff like that.
So I found some old receipts, and I think I even mentioned this in one of our first YouTube videos. I found some old receipts in the car. I found out it is from Colorado Springs, Colorado. It looks as though it was a used vehicle when the last owner got it. I think I found a receipt for like 1980 or something that he took possession. Other than that, it's really kind of a mystery. We don't know why or how it ended up in the yard, and I don't know why. I don't know why they just dumped it. It had so much custom work. It was obviously loved, so that still remains a mystery.
Is the rust pretty bad?
When it comes to junkyard finds, the rust is actually not all that bad on this car. I think definitely, like we showed you guys, the floor pans and the frame rails are what got hit the most. That seemed kind of common anymore though on a lot of older cars that you find. Everywhere else is pretty rust free, so we kind of got lucky on that.
To sum up a few questions, basically they want to know what are our goals for this car? What do we have in mind? Is it going to be a race car, a drag car, a drift car?
In terms of our goals for the car, we want it to kind of be a balance of, performance, but, comfortability, is that the word for it? We want it to be a performer, but we don't want it to be so brutal that you can't drive it on the street. That was even something that we kind of looked into when we were looking at the clutches. We didn't want anything that was going to be too stiff. But in terms of like where we're wanting to go with the car, definitely just a custom build. I wouldn't say like a full-blown race car or anything like that.
Will you guys put bigger rims because the fitment is looking kind of weird right now? Oh my god, it does look insane. We did find a set of tires, but they are in California. As you guys know, we are in Arizona. So we will be making a trip out to California. If you guys want to see a video of us doing that, we could totally make that happen as well.
Yeah, the rims that are on there right now are just an old set of burner rims to push the car around. Don't worry, I know everybody talks about them. They'll be gone, don't worry.
Oh, here's an interesting one. You guys are slow.
We're slow.
We also own a business as well. We run a coffee shop full time. Are they reliable?
Absolutely, man. These cars are really reliable, especially, all the L series motors, L24s, L26s, L28s. They were simple motors, but they were built to last. Ours is only having some issues because, obviously it's an old car. It's been sitting in a junkyard, so.
Is the wide body fiberglass or steel?
The wide body is fiberglass. That includes the hood as well. But yeah, it's all fiberglass, so super lightweight, but still super durable.
And we, this upcoming week, we are going to be having work done to the body. So hopefully that'll get us soon ready for paint, which you guys are gonna come in and help us figure out what that paint color is gonna be. Another question, is it the Double Z? Is it cursed?
I hope not, man. I wanna live.
There are a lot of similarities though, I won't lie.
Yeah, I know.
How has finding parts for it been?
Since we're doing more of like a custom, aftermarket kind of deal, parts haven't been terrible to find. We've been finding a lot of parts through Silvermine Motors, the Z Store, and then Summit Racing as well. But like I said, since we're doing kind of our own custom, build on the car, it's not terrible. If we were trying to do like an OEM factory restoration, I'm sure it'd be pretty difficult.
What are the engine specs?
The engine specs, it is an L24 block, so it's a 240Z motor, and it's got triple Mikuni carbs. I'm not sure what it's putting out in terms of power. That's something that we'll have to do. We'll probably have to dyno it after we've got everything, fixed. But as of right now, that's all we really know.
Does it drive? As you guys saw in the last video, it did drive for the first time.
Yes.
In a long time. We are not going to drive it for a while until we have the engine rebuilt though.
Yeah, we're not gonna risk starting up that motor again with that head gasket.
Are you gonna do any swap like an RB? Also, are we gonna turbo it?
We wanted to keep the motor that's in it right now, and we wanted to keep it naturally aspirated, but who knows? Who knows where this build is gonna go?
What is the top speed of the car?
Ooh, that's another question that, I don't have the answer for. Again, that's something that we're gonna have to probably take it out to Wild Horse Pass and see where her top end is.
Is the body kit from a manufacturer or is it an original handmade kit? So this is the IMSA wide body kit, and really what that kit was designed for was for those big fat tires in the back. It allowed for those tires. If we were to take the body kit off, we would not be able to put 345s in the rear at all.
Yeah.
Here's a question that I want to know the answer to this one too. Are we gonna put halos in it? Because I have halos in my Miata.
I think this car would look cool with some halo headlights on there.
I think we can think about it.
Yeah, we can think about it, but I think that would look pretty cool.
Definitely more in the future when it's like cosmetic things that we're doing.
Oh yeah, we're not at headlights yet.
No. What inspo do you have when it comes to the build and the look? What can we expect?
In terms of the look and everything, I mean, we're wanting to kind of keep it the way it was. It's already got, like we said, the IMSA wide body and everything on there. We plan on keeping all that stuff and the rims as well. In terms of inspiration, I mean, I don't, at least me personally, I'm not like, you know, looking at anybody else's build and like, oh, I want it to be like this. We're just kind of doing it, you know, our way, the way that we want it to go.
When do you think it will be up and running?
That's something that, I mean, like I said, we've got to rebuild the motor now and everything. I mean, I don't have a time frame. I mean, there could be more issues that we run into, but...
We are having a huge busy week this upcoming week, and we did take some time off from the coffee shop to focus in on doing this car because it deserves that. It deserves to have, you know, us put our full effort into it, and we are not going to skip things, and we're not going to, you know, overlook things. We definitely want this done right. So we are going to dedicate our time. We're going to buy, you know, parts that aren't, you know, just cheap. We're going to buy good parts that, you know, are going to last because we want this car to be able to be passed to somebody else, and we don't want it to, you know, just fall apart right away. How much money did you spend on total in the build? I don't think we have an answer for that yet.
Not yet.
If you guys are interested though, when we get more towards the end or like maybe middle way, we could make a video that shows a cost breakdown. I know a lot of things have been pretty pricey, but that's just the price you pay when you're restoring a car. You want to make it right. You don't want to, you know, kind of halfway do it. You want it to be well built. If the engine and tranny run without problems, will you dyno run it? Love the project. Keep it up. Oh, thank you.
Yes, we will dyno it. Unfortunately, the engine and tranny gave us problems. So
We tried.
we tried.
Is there a certain budget you have planned for this build? If yes, am I allowed to ask how much?
We haven't really set a budget on the build. We just want to do things right, you know. There's obviously, I'm sure down the line, there's going to be, you know, parts that we've overlooked, something that needs to be replaced, if it's like little seals or something. We just want this to be a good quality build, so we don't have any kind of budget set right now. We just want to do things right.
I really want a point of view video while you are driving the car. I definitely think that what we're going to do before we even think about, you know, doing either like a giveaway or a raffle or anything like that, we are going to have some fun with this car. We're going to take it out to car meets. Definitely want to meet some of you guys if you guys are ever in Arizona, or if we go to a car meet maybe in California or something. We definitely want to have some fun with this car. And I think, you know, driving it around town and getting people's reactions would be really fun. How old is this car? 1975?
Yeah, 1975. I can't do quick math in my head like that. But she's old. She's an old car.
It's kind of crazy to think because I have a 1990 Miata and she's about to turn 32 this year. And to think that this car is so much older than her, it's kind of crazy. I don't need this video to ask my questions. I ask you directly. Yeah, we do try to respond to every DM that we get. Sometimes it's hard, but we do our best, really, especially, you know, when you have the coffee shop going and you're like, hold on, let me answer this real quick. It gets hectic, but we do try to answer or respond or at least like or, you know, something to your guys' comments, because this is why we're doing this, you know, partially is for you guys too. This is not just like, it's turned into like, you know, a little community that we have now, and we want to keep it growing. So we're not going to, you know, not respond. We do our best to respond.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are a part of this now, so we try to, you know, stay as up to date with you guys as possible.
Okay, here's a good question. Are you rebuilding it to run properly, or will you tune it for good performance too?
We definitely want the performance out of it, kind of like I mentioned. Like I said, we don't want anything too crazy, but we want it to have some fun.
Is the kit real, a replica, or just something someone did to it?
That's a good question. I mean, I'd imagine it was real. I'd imagine it was a real kit. I mean, these were the fiberglass, body kits that they put on these cars back in the day, so.
It would be impressive if somebody did this, because it's like,
Yeah.
it's perfect, other than just being, sitting for so long. It's beautiful in person, honestly. All right, guys, that is all that we have for you today. We hope that you enjoyed this video, and we hope that you like, comment, and share this. We hope that we answered your questions. If you have any more questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and we will make sure to answer them for you.
In the following week, we will be pulling the motor and the transmission. And then, as she mentioned earlier, we're gonna have a couple body experts come out and help us work on some of the body of the car. So stay tuned, because that'll be coming to you guys fairly soon. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and we'll see you in the next one.